Order, honorable members. Communication from the chair. Communication on the resumption of business after recess. Honorable members, I warmly welcome you back to the House following the short recess as we commence the second part of the fourth session of the Third County Assembly. First and foremost, we give thanks to the Almighty God for His abundant grace, mercy, and protection throughout the recess period, and for granting us the privilege to reconvene in good health, renewed strength, and a shared commitment to the service of the people of Nyandarua County. Honorable members, as we resume our legislative business, I urge each one of us to remain steadfast in the discharge of the constitutional mandate entrusted to this assembly. The responsibilities of representation, legislation, and oversight are not merely constitutional obligations. They are a sacred trust bestowed upon us by the people we serve. Let us therefore approach the business before this House with renewed diligence, unity of purpose, and an unwavering commitment to the ideals of good governance. Honorable members, our oversight function remains one of the most critical pillars of devolution. The confidence that the people of Nyandarua have placed in this assembly depends largely on our ability to hold the executive and all county entities accountable for the prudent, lawful, and efficient utilization of public resources. I therefore call upon all members to interrogate every policy, program, budgetary proposal, and report submitted before this House with objectivity, vigilance, and integrity, always guided by the best interests of our county. Honorable members, equally important is our legislative responsibility. The laws and resolutions we enact today will shape the future of our county for years to come. I encourage members to continue initiating and supporting progressive, people-centered legislation that responds to the evolving needs and aspirations of our citizens. In this regard, I also urge you to make full use of the wealth of technical expertise available within the Assembly. Our clerk and members of the staff remain available to provide professional support in research, drafting, and legislative procedure, thereby ensuring that the business brought before this House meets the highest standards of parliamentary practice. Honorable members, as chairpersons and members of committees, I remind you that committees remain the engine of this assembly. I therefore urge all committees to prioritize the conclusion of pending business, undertake their mandates with diligence, and table reports within the prescribed timelines to facilitate timely consideration by the House. The effectiveness of this assembly is measured not only by the debates we hold in this chamber, but also by the quality and timelines of work undertaken in our committees. I also call upon every member to continue utilizing all the constitutional and procedural mechanisms available to ensure effective representation of your constituents. Together, let us safeguard the principles of transparency, accountability, and prudent financial management while ensuring that every public program and project delivers tangible value to the people of Nyandarua. Honorable members, as we embark on this part of the session, let us renew our collective resolve to work together in an atmosphere of mutual respect, constructive engagement, and bipartisan cooperation.
2026. Honorable Speaker, at 2:30 p.m. we have the following papers to be tabled. We have a report of the Committee on Water and Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources, and Climate Change on County Government of Nyandarua Lake, all BROCEED, Sports, Tourism, and Conservation Half Marathon Fund, half-year report and financial statements for the period ended that 1st December 2025 by Honorable Isaac Bae Kamau, the Chair. We also have the report of Committee on Special Funds Accounts on the Nyandarua County Executive, State and Public Officers Car Loan and Mortgage Scheme Fund half-year report and financial statements for the period ended December 1st, 2025 by Honorable Peter Thej Kiriga, Chairperson. We also have a report of the Committee on Special Funds Accounts on the County Government of Nyandarua Emergency Fund half-year report and financial statements for the period ended that 1st December 2025, still by Honorable Peter Thej Kiriga, Chairperson. The fourth report is of the Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender, and Social Protections on County Governments of Nyandarua Bursary Fund half-year report and financial statements for the period ended that 1st December 2025 by Honorable Peter Gathogo Kamau, Chairperson. Honorable Speaker, on notices of motions, we'll have a notice of motion on report of the Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources, and Climate Change on County Government of Nyandarua Lake, all BROCEED, Sports, Tourism, and Conservation Half Marathon Fund half-year report and financial statements for the period ended that 1st December 2025 by Honorable Isaac Bae Kamau, Chairperson. Second notice of motion on report of Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender, and Social Protection on County Government of Nyandarua Bursary Fund half-year report and financial statements for the period ending that 1st December 2025 by Honorable Peter Gathogo Kamau, the Chairperson. Also, we have a motion and bills. On motion and bills, Honorable Speaker, we have a motion on the same reports as indicated in the notice motion, seen by specific chairpersons. That is Honorable Isaac Bae Kamau on report of Committee on Water, and second is motion on the report of Committee on Health Services on the Nyandarua County Level 4 Hospital annual report and financial statements by Honorable Peter Geshe Wabaile, Chairperson, Committee on Health Services. Honorable Speaker, tomorrow, Wednesday, 22nd July 2026 at 9:30 a.m., we'll have various papers. The first paper is County Budget Implementation Review Report for the first half of 2025 and 2026 by Honorable Elijah Mwanginyaga, Majority Leader. Second is County Government of Nyandarua County Revenue Fund, CRF, quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended 30th June 2026, still by the Majority Leader. That is County Government of Nyandarua Executive Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th June 2026, still by Majority Leader. The fourth is County Government of Nyandarua Receiver and Revenue Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th June 2026, still by Majority Leader. The fifth paper is County Government of Nyandarua County Executive, that is State and Public Officers Car Loan and Mortgage Scheme Fund Quarterly Report for and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th June 2026. And sixth one is the County Government of Nyandarua Emergency Fund Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th June 2026. Seventh is County Government of Nyandarua Bursary Fund Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th June 2026. The eighth is County Government of Nyandarua JM Hospital Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th June 2026. 10th is the County Government of Nyandarua Mairo Inya Municipality Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th June 2026. The 11th paper is County Government of Nyandarua or Kalau Municipality Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th June 2026. 12th is County Government of Nyandarua Climate Change Fund Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th June 2026. 13th is County Government of Nyandarua or Brosat Sport, Tourism and Conservation Half Marathon Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th June 2026. 11th paper is on County Government of Nyandarua Kenya Devolution Support Program, that is KDSP. Nyandarua Agricultural Institution Revolving Fund Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th June 2026. The 16th is the County Government of Nyandarua Kenya Informal Settlement Improvement Project, that is KSIP Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th June 2026. All those to be tabled by Honorable Elijah Mwangi Nyaga, Leader of Majority. Honorable Speaker, we will also be having various reports on 17th vocational trainings, 16th, that is vocational training centers. But before that, we also have a paper on County Government of Nyandarua or Kalau Water and Sanitation Company Limited Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th June 2026, still by Majority Leader. Honorable Speaker, the 16th reports on various vocational training centers as listed. This is Kinangop Vocational Training Center, Lorie Vocational Training Center, or Kalau Vocational Training Center, Miragini Vocational Training Center, Jabini Vocational Training Center, Lereshwa Vocational Training Center, Miharati Vocational Training Center, Mekeo Vocational Training Center, Shamata Vocational Training Center, Kahore Vocational Training Center, Shauli Vocational Training Center, Pesi Vocational Training Center, Kanya, should be Kanyagia if I'm correct. There's a typing, should be Kanyagia Vocational Training Center, Lishau Vocational Training Center, Kagoi and Gorika. Honorable Speaker, all these reports to be tabled is for quarterly reports and financial statements for the period ended 30th June 2026 on all the vocational training center, and they will be tabled by Honorable Elijah Mwangi Nyaga. That is tomorrow in the around 2:30 p.m. tomorrow. Honorable Speaker, tomorrow we also have a statement on status of health facilities improvement fund, that is FIF, and management of health facilities in the county, sponsored by Honorable Samuel Matthew Wainaina, MCA Miragini Ward. We'll still have motions and bills And first motion on the report of the Committee on Public Service, Administration and Devolution on Nyandarua County, Kenya Devolution Support Program, that is KDSP. 2. Half-year reports and financial statements for the period ended that 1st December 2025 by Honorable Edna Nwabogo Kingori, the chairperson. The second motion is on the report of the Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection on County Government of Nyandarua Bursary Fund, half-year report and financial statements for the period ended that 1st December 2025 by Honorable Peter Gadogo Kamau. Honorable Speaker, that is tomorrow, Wednesday, 22nd July 2026 at 2:30 p.m. We'll still have two papers. That first paper is report of the Committee of Lands, Fiscal Planning, Housing and Urban Development on Nyandarua County so-called Kenya Informal Settlements Improvement Project, that is KSIP 2, annual report and financial statement for the year ended 30th June 2025 by Honorable John Duogachino, chairperson. The second paper is report of the Committee on Health Services on Engineer County Referral Level 4 Hospital, half-year report and financial statements for the period ended December that 1st, 2025 by Honorable Geshe Wabaide, chairperson. Honorable Speaker, we will still have a statement to the settlement sought. Sorry, Honorable Speaker, is response to a statement sought by Honorable James Mwangi Geshoki on the status of implementation of the resolutions of the Assembly on the emergency and disaster preparedness by Honorable Jeffrey Kamona, chairperson, Committee on Implementation. And lastly, Honorable Speaker, will have a motion on the report of the Committee on Finance, Economic Planning, ICT and Revenue on the Nyandarua County Receiver and Revenue Statements for the financial year ending 30th June 2025 by Honorable Sakare Mwangi Jero, chairperson, Committee on Finance, Economic Planning, ICT and Revenue. Honorable Speaker, this notice paper is prepared and published pursuant to standing orders 40 and 41 is dated 21st day of July 2026 by Mr. Mukiri Mushiri, Clerk, Nyandarua County Assembly, and with your permission, I do table. You're not there.
The honorable members, under the same order of communications, honorable members, allow me to make another communication. Communication from the chair. The first anniversary of the late Honorable Beth Wahito Joroge. Honorable members, before we proceed with the business appearing on today's order paper, I wish to take this solemn opportunity to invite this honorable house to remember one of our own, the late Honorable Beth Wahito Joroge, whose life was tragically cut short in a road accident exactly 1 year ago. Honorable members, Honorable Wahito was a distinguished leader whose service to the people of Nyandarua County spanned many years and reflected unwavering commitment, resilience, and dedication to public service. She served our people with distinction in 3 different capacities. First, as a councillor, later as a specially elected member of this Honorable Assembly, and subsequently during her 3rd stint as a specially elected member of the County Assembly. Her journey through these various leadership roles stands as a testament to the confidence that the people and her political leadership continually placed in her ability to serve. Honorable members, throughout her years in public service, Honorable Beth Wahito Njoroge demonstrated admirable commitment to the ideals of representative democracy, inclusive leadership, and community development. She carried out her legislative, representative, and oversight responsibilities with diligence and integrity, earning the respect of the colleagues across the political divide and the appreciation of the people she faithfully served. Her untimely passing was a profound loss not only to her family, but also to this assembly. The people of Nyandarua County and the entire county leadership fraternity, while a year has passed since that tragic day, her contributions to the growth of devolution and the strengthening of this institution continue to inspire us. Honorable members, as we commemorate her life, today, let us also reflect on the invaluable contributions of leaders who dedicate themselves to public service, often making great personal sacrifices for the welfare of those they represent. May Honorable Beth Wahito Njoroge's legacy remind us of the noble responsibility entrusted to each one of us and encourage us to discharge our duties with the same passion, humility, and commitment that she exemplified. Honorable members, on behalf of the County Assembly of Nyandarua, I once again extend our heartfelt condolences to her family, friends, constituents, and all of those who continue to fill the void left by her passing. We remain grateful for her dedicated service and shall continue to honor her memory through our commitment to serving the people of Nyandarua faithfully. May the Almighty God continue to grant eternal rest to the soul of the late Honorable Beth Wahito Njoroge, and may her memory remain a blessing to us all. Thank you, honorable members. Clerk, next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have several papers, beginning with the paper to be laid by Honorable Isaac Kamau, Chairperson, Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources, and Climate Change.
Honorable Isaac Njoroge, sorry, I beg your pardon. Honorable Isaac Kamau, Chairperson, Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources, and Climate Change. You may proceed.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable Speaker, I would wish to table the report on Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, and Natural Resources, the Climate Change on County Government of Nyandarua, on Lake Keroborosat Sport, Tourism and Conservation, Half Marathon FAD, Half-Year Report, and Financial Statement for the aid period that 1st December 2025. And here I table. There is no.
The report is duly tabled. Next order.
Still under the same order, Mr. Speaker, we have 2 papers to be laid by Honorable Peter Denjikiriga, Chairperson, Committee on Special Funds Accounts.
Honorable Denjikiriga, Honorable Joyce Munya.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of my chair, I wish to do a preliminary report. A report on Nyandarua County Executive, State and Public Officers Car Loan and Mortgage Fund Quarterly Report and Financial Statement for the period ended 31st December 2025. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Committee on Special Funds account is currently seized of the examination of the financial statements of the County Executive, Quorum, and Mortgage Fund for the period dated that 1st December 2025. In the course of the consideration of the fund, the committee identified several matters requiring further inquiry and clarification, and consequently sought additional information and documentation from the fund administrator. The information sought includes detailed reports, loan schedules, bank statements, supporting documentation, and explanations relating to the loan disbursement and repayments, budgetary allocation, administrative costs, defaulter loans, and other records pertinent to the committee's examination of the management and performance of the fund. The committee has yet to receive the requisite information and documentation to conclusively determine the matters arising from its examination. Upon receipt of the outstanding submission, the committee will require adequate time to interrogate and verify the information provided, engage the fund administrator and other relevant officers where necessary, consider the evidence placed before it, deliberate on the matters arising therefrom, and formulate its findings, observations, and recommendations for inclusion in its report to this Honorable House. In the circumstances, and in order to afford the committee sufficient time to conclude the pending inquiry and discharge its oversight mandate comprehensively, I seek the leave of this Honorable House to grant the committee an extension of 45 days within which to conclude its examination of the County Executive Quorum and Mortgage Fund and table its report before the Assembly. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Chair.
The preliminary report has been tabled and read, and the reasons are varied, and leave sought is deserving. I therefore grant it as sought, 45 days. Chairperson, make sure that that the report is ready within the time requested. Next order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, we still have another report by the same committee on special funds.
Honorable Jade.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the Chair, a report on Nyandarua County Emergency Fund quarterly report and financial statement for the period dated that 1st December 2025. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Committee on Special Funds account is currently examining the utilization of the County Emergency Fund for the period dated that 1st December 2025, pursuant to its oversight mandate under the standing orders. In the course of this exercise, the committee has been reviewing the financial and administrative records submitted by the County Executive Committee member for Finance, Economic Planning, ICT, and Revenue, including bank statement, payment vouchers, expenditure schedules, supporting documentation, and other relevant records, with a view to establishing whether the fund was administered in accordance with the applicable legal and regulatory framework, and whether the expenditures incurred were lawful, regular, and properly supported. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee's examination has established that the documentation submitted requires further interrogation to facilitate a comprehensive and conclusive determination of the matters under review. Owing to the volume and complexity of the records presented, particularly those relating to individual expenditure transactions, the committee considered it necessary to undertake additional verification, seek further clarification from relevant accounting officers where necessary, and conclude its deliberations before preparing its report. In light of the foregoing, and to enable the committee to satisfactorily discharge its constitutional and statutory oversight responsibility, we respectfully request this Honorable House to grant the committee a further extension of 60 days within which to conclude its inquiry and table its report for consideration by the Assembly. On behalf of the Chair, thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The preliminary report has been tabled and read, and the reasons given are varied, and therefore I grant the leave as sought, 60 days. Clerk, next order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, still under the order on papers, we have a paper to be laid by Honorable Peter Gadhungu Kamau, Chairperson, Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection.
Honorable Peter Gadhungu Kamau, Chairperson, Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Services, and member for Isha Upondo. Proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, with me is the 23rd report of the Departmental Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Gender, Culture and Social Protection. And this is a report on the Nyandarua County Bursary Financial Statement for the year ended 31st December 2025. And Honorable Speaker, I table.
The report is duly tabled. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have a notice to be given by Honorable Isaac Mbai-Kamau, Chairperson, Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources and Climate Change.
Honorable Isaac Mbai-Kamau, Chairperson, Committee on Water, Sanitation,
Mr. Speaker.
Environment, Tourism. What is it, Honorable Lucy Kithinji?
Mr. Speaker, I don't think the House is quorate.
Clerk, confirm that we have the requisite quorum to proceed with the business of the day.
Mr. Speaker, sir, the House is not quorate.
There being no quorum to proceed with the business of the day, I direct that pursuant to standing order, that is 6, the quorum bell be rung for 8 minutes. Honorable members, there being no quorum to proceed with the business of the day, I now adjourn the House to Wednesday, the 22nd day of July 2026 at 9:30 a.m.